of inequalities. And again, inequalities are just the little Pac-Man guys. And we are solving just more challenging equations, essentially, but inequalities because they don't actually have an equal sign. So from yesterday, if the symbol was less than or greater than, do we use an open or a closed circle when we graph? Open circles. And if it was less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, what kind of dot do we use? A solid dot for graphing. And so we're going to do the same thing. And we want to also, of course, remember you must flip this symbol when you multiply or divide by a negative number. That is the most important thing we want to make sure we keep track of. So let's go ahead and just start here. Well, let's just do 1 and 2 for now. What do we need to do first on number 1? Distribute. Very good. We definitely want to distribute, which means multiply. What is 3 times x? 3x. And then we have 3 times negative 4, which is going to give us negative 12. And that's greater than negative 18. Our job, again, just like solving equations, is to isolate the variable. That x wants to be totally alone. What should we get rid of first? The minus 12, we're going to add 12. Very good. Adding 12 to both sides, so we get the 3x is greater than. Now, who wins on the right-hand side? Negatives win by 6. Beautiful. Now, how do we get x by itself? Divide by 3, divide by 3. Now, we're dividing by a positive number. Do I need to flip the symbol? No, I don't. It's totally fine the way it is. So, x is greater than negative 2. And there is our inequality statement. That is the thing you might have to plug in on Delta Math. And then for graphing, I just need a couple of numbers. So we have negative 2. To the right would be negative 1 and 0. What should I write to the left of negative 2? Negative 3 and negative 4. Good. At negative 2, should we use an open or closed dot? Open dot at negative 2. And then this says that we want any number greater than or bigger than, because it's on the big side. So any number bigger than negative 2. Where are the bigger numbers? To the right. All right, let's look at number 2. What do we need to do first on number 2? Distribute. We're going to distribute the negative 2, so we need to be very careful with our signs here. Negative 2 times a is going to give us negative 2a. Very good. And then we have negative 2 times negative 7. What is negative 2 times negative 7? Positive 14. So we get a plus 14. Going to bring along my negative 3a is greater than or equal to negative 31. We also need to combine our like terms here that are on the left-hand side. So I have negative 2a's and negative 3a's. Negative 5a's. Good. Plus the 14 is greater than or equal to negative 31. And our job now is to get the a all by itself. What should we do? Minus 14. No, are you taking notes? Or are you on your computer? All right. We're going to subtract 14 from both sides. I get a negative 5a is greater than or equal to. We got a whole lot of negatives here. How many negatives do we have? Negative 45. A whole lot of negative things there. All right, great. And then we want to get a all by itself. So what should we do? Divide by negative 5. Now we're dividing by a negative number. What do we need to do? Flip the symbol. So again, give yourself a little reminder that you need to flip that symbol. And so we get a is less than or equal to positive 9. So there's our lovely inequality statement. And I'm going to do, let's see, a 9, 10, and 11. To the left would be an 8 and a 7. And at the 9, do we need an open or closed dot? Solid dot, good. Because of that extra equal sign right there, we want to fill it in solidly. And then this says we want numbers littler than 9. Where are the littler numbers? Left, good. I'm trying to think of if that would ever come up that you would divide twice by a negative. So, we're simply dividing by the -5. Just because we write it 2 times doesn't mean that it's happening twice. We're dividing both sides to keep it balanced. Okay, so interesting question. Okay, let's look at number 5. Number 5, we have W's on both sides here. What do you guys want to do first? Letters to the left. Very good. Letters to the left. That was my phrase. Letters to the left. And so I want to take this 8W. And how do we move it to the left? Subtract 8W. Subtract 8W. So I have 2 W's subtracting 8 W's. What does that give me? -6 W's. Good. And then I have the -9 is greater than or equal to -3. All right, now it looks like other problem. So our job is to get the W all by itself. What should we do first? +9. Yeah, add 9 on both sides. Great. So I have a -6W is greater than or equal to, who wins on the right-hand side, positives or negatives? Positives win by how many? 6. Very good. And then how do we get W by itself? Divide by -6. Now we're dividing by a negative. What do we need to do? Flip the symbol. So again, write yourself a note. Circle it. We're dividing by a negative, so we have to flip our symbol. So we have W is less than. Positive divided by negative is negative, and 6 goes into 6 one time. All right, so there's our inequality statement. You got -1 to the right would be 0 and 1 and 2. To the left, -2 and -3. Do we want to open or close dot at -1? Close dot, nice solid dot. And this says we want numbers littler, because we are on the little side, so numbers littler would be to the left. All right, how are you doing? Are you doing okay? Yeah, is this pretty easy? It's a great review, though, solving equations. Like, it's really getting it all in there. All right. Let's turn the page. Let's turn the page, and I really like number 9 and 10. Let's look at number 9. I think this is a really good one. It has a fraction that we need to distribute, but we don't want to be afraid of that fraction. Because if you read it out loud, it's so easy. So when I read this, we are multiplying. But remember the word of means multiply as well. And so when I read this out loud, I'm going to say to you, hey, what's half of 6C? 3C, right? That's pretty easy, wasn't it? Like, yeah, we know that. Okay, so it is just a 3C. And then I'm going to say, hey, what's half of -14? -7. Hey, that was pretty easy, right? I love that. Okay. We also need to distribute the 5. So we're going to multiply that 5 in. What is 5 times C? 5C. And we have 5 times +6. No, it's over there. Is that who you're looking for? Thank you. 5 times 6 is 30. Yes. Happy birthday, Noah. And don't forget the +1. Thank you. All right. We need to do a little bit of cleanup. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up my numbers here on the right. We have 30 plus 1. That's going to clean up to be 31 units. 3C minus 7 on the left. Now we got letters, lots and lots of letters. What's the rule? Letters to the left. Letters to the left. And so I need to move this 5C. How do we move it? Subtract it. Yeah, we want to subtract the 5C from both sides. Positive 5c and negative 5c cancel each other out, so it moves to the other side. We have 3c's minus 5c's, which is negative 2c. Good. Minus 7 equals 31. Plus 7 on both sides. Great. Add 7 on both sides. So if negative 2c is greater than or equal to 38. And then we need to divide by negative 2. Perfect. And we're dividing by a negative. What do we need to do? Flip the symbol. Flip the symbol. So we get c is less than or equal to negative 19. C is less than or equal to negative 19. So I have negative 19, negative 18, negative 17. And to the left would be negative 20, negative 21. All right, so we want a solid dot at negative 19, and we want numbers smaller than or littler than the negative 19. So littler is to the left there. All right, how are you doing so far? Doing okay? All right. I think that let's just do number 10, and this will be our last one. Does that sound okay to you guys? Yeah? Why did I choose number 10? There's an invisible one. Very, very good. Yeah, we've got a negative out in front of parentheses, so this is a good one to remember. There's always a number. If you're like, something seems weird, something is missing, there's that negative 1 right there that we want to distribute. So the 13 just needs to come along for the ride. So we're going to bring down the 13, and then I'm going to distribute my negative 1. What's negative 1 times 17? Negative 17. And then we have negative 1 times negative 9v. What's negative times negative? Positive 9v. Is greater than, I also need to distribute the 4. So 4 times v is 4v. And 4 times negative 1 is negative 4. I have some cleanup to do. So here on the left-hand side, I've got some units that I can combine. So 13 minus 17, negative 4 plus 9v is greater than 4v minus 4. And we have letters to the left. So what should we do to get our letters on the left side? Subtract 4v. Subtract 4v. Good. I have a negative 4. Positive 9 and a negative 4v give me positive 5v is greater than negative 4 is just the thing that's left over there. And then we need to do what? Yeah, we're going to add 4 on both sides. And hey, we end up with 5v is greater than 0. Don't cross it out. We must have something on that right-hand side. And 0 is a fantastic number. It's a great number, actually. I love it when we get a 0. This makes life easy. How do we get v by itself? Divide by 5, divide by 5. So I get v. Do I need to flip my sign here? No. Is greater than, what is 0 divided by any number? 0. So v is greater than 0. Look at that. 0, 1, 2, negative 1, negative 2. Open or close dot? Open dot. And we want numbers bigger than 0. So that would be to the right. Okay. Do you guys have any questions for me? Okay, awesome. You guys have a Delta Math, and there's a review I will open up as well because your test